It might just be time for your good old pal Tokyo Butter 23 to start lining up again. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a unique Japan drop. It's the Atmos elephant print dunk lows that are coming up. And this is, I think, in the year of the dunks. Now, I'm not kidding. I think this year might very well be the year of the dunks. Some of the dunks that have come out this year have been absolutely incredible, and they haven't stopped. Just a consistent line of really fire shoes all year long. Even though it's the year of the fives, the Jordan 5s, you know, the 30th anniversary, or the Air Max 90s, or, you know, there's so many different sneakers out there celebrating the superstars from the Adidas line. But I think it might be the year of the dunks that people remember this from, and remember this for. And this right here might be the king of the hill. This is an incredible looking sneaker. It harks back to an amazing sneaker that is still very much sought after by many people out there. I'm here in Tokyo, Japan, so it's a big deal to me to see an Atmos, which is a Japanese brand, collaboration sneaker coming out, and it might just be time for me to line up. Now, it's been a while since I've stood in front of a sneaker store to try and get my hands on a pair of sneakers, and I don't even know if you can still do it. It might be that the sort of digital generation and apps and whatnot has taken us away from that whole lining up sort of style of doing things. I'll check into that because I've got plenty of time before the drop of this guy, about maybe 2.5 weeks to work that out. But it's definitely going to be a question I'll be asking myself if it is something I can do, lining up early in the morning to try and get my hands on a pair of sneakers. Definitely shoot a video about that and definitely want to do it. But also, it's a beautiful collaboration, an amazing looking shoe, and it's one of the, you know, I mean, elephant print on anything is always a big deal. So it's you know, even without the collaboration, without the Japan tie-up, I'd still be interested in this shoe and definitely want to take a look at it. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to hopefully be looking at some photographs and some pictures and some drops, can we call them drops, of stuff from here in Japan. It's sneakersdunk.co.jp. It's a Japanese website, and actually they've started running commercials on TV for this website because they now have their own app. That's how big they've gotten. But they have access to some photographs that I haven't seen anywhere else. Now, by the time this video drops, these photos might be widely spread, and I might just miss my little wave because I don't get this video up in time, and these videos get spread before I actually bring them to you. Or you might be looking at them for the first time and saying, man alive, I haven't seen these angles, these shots, these takes on these shoes, because this is from a Japanese website and these are Japanese collaboration shoes with the Atmos brand. So without further ado, let's try and have a look at this. Hopefully for the first time for you guys out there, for many of you, this will be your first look at the upcoming release of the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Elephant. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel desu. Mainichi atsusu no de, mainichi mite kudasai. And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And we're hanging on. We're hanging on by our fingernails. That's a good picture. Maybe that should be the thumbnail. We're hanging on by our fingernails because things fell apart in the middle of last week at the channel because my computer stopped working. Daily content, you know, I had a few videos in stock that I could sort of just churn out over a couple of days while I tried to work the problem out. And it means that what we're suffering right now is a dip, but not a catastrophic dip. We aren't in a terminal sort of situation where the channel has to close down or anything like that. What's happened is my computer's packed in. I tried to work on my iPad Pro, which I did one video for, and I can't remember which shoe it was a few days ago. It'll come, oh, there we go. Nike LeBron 18 Los Angeles by day. That sneaker, I did one on my iPad Pro and it was really, really hard to work with. Really, really hard to work with. I didn't enjoy it at all. So what I've done is I borrowed a computer and I'm using that, but it means I'm back to iMovie. I was using Filmora and I really do like Filmora. I think the quality is better than iMovie. So hopefully I can get my computer fixed. It looks like I need to replace the hard drive, and then while I'm doing that I might as well upgrade the memory on it too, which will cost me around about $300, and that's a lot of money for me, about 30,000 yen, but it might mean I come back even stronger with better content. So we're in a sort of fuzzy phase right now at the channel with content not how I quite like it. The green screen won't hold up as well on iMovie as it does on Filmora and things like that, but you know what, I'm still going to churn out that daily content, and we're going to do that right now with this, the upcoming release of the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Elephant from the Atmos brand. I don't know if I can call it a brand. There's sneaker stores in Japan, and there's maybe, I would go so far as to say there's about 7 of them. Some of them are just your Atmos brands, but there's also Atmos Pink, which is kind of geared towards women's shoes. Not my favourite thing. I think anyone can wear any kind of shoe. And they're just stores dotted around, I think only in Tokyo. I've never been elsewhere to look for one, but I think only in Tokyo. If that's wrong, if there are Atmos stores out there in Japan, elsewhere, or even the world, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, it's a Japanese sneaker store, and they have a history of really incredible collaborations. And here's one right here. Pointing, there's the Air Max 1 elephant print, which is from 2007 and then restocked in 2017. And then if we flip it out to today's shoe, ding, you can see very much is a shadow, an echo of that shoe. Everything about it is the Air Max 1 elephant print, which came before these guys, like I say, in 2007, 2017. And those two shoes obviously tie up with the Atmos line. So there's a bit of history there. And I was mentioning earlier about lining up. I used to I've done it maybe 3 times for the previous channel that I used to contribute to the butter movement. Dayton, we missed the butter movement. We miss you, Butterman. We want you to come back to us, which will happen hopefully when all these quarantines have stopped around the world, because that's really restricting a lot of stuff. So Shoe Butter, come back to us soon. I used to contribute to Shoe Butter's channel, and I did 3 videos where I was lining up early morning to try and get shoes, but I haven't done that since 2017. Here we are in 2020, and maybe I have a chance to get out there early on a Saturday morning and try and get my hands on a very nice pair of SB Dunk Lows. So anyway, let's look at what I'm talking about. What is it that I'm talking about? What are the main points on the shoe? What are these photographs that I've been telling you about? So here we've got the lateral side already, and there's a couple of points on there that are of significant note, if you ask me. Now, the obvious thing is the elephant print. That is the signature of the shoe. Most people would consider that coming out of the Jordan 3 era, 1988, with the elephant print on there, and then like I said, those Air Max 1s that we've already seen from the Atmos line. And now the key to me about the elephant print is, of course, it's very cool, but there's 2 key parts. One is where it isn't, and one is where it is. So the key parts, the isn't part is this, if you sort of pan, or pan, that's the right word, from toe box to heel, you can see the elephant print wrapped around that toe box there. But then when you get to the laces, it stops. Now usually, I'm going to say usually, not always, but usually whatever is wrapped around the toe box on Dunks runs along the toe box, up the quarter line, through the laces, and then down to the heel. But you can see in the case of these guys here, and like I said, usually, not always, so don't get all over me and saying, well, what about this shoe that didn't do that? But that little black bit in the middle of the lacing system there that splits up the elephant print is a unique little touch, and I actually think it works. I know maybe people out there are thinking put elephant print as much as possible everywhere you can on this shoe, but to me it actually works to break it up like this, especially because the midfoot is in black, and that black on the lacing sort of complements that. And then the story sort of continues on through that support down into the heel and the ankle. So that's the place that the elephant print isn't that I really like, the black part that sort of separates the front and the back of the shoe on the lacing system. And then the place that it is that really tickled me, I don't know why. I don't know why I saw this and I thought, you know what, I really like that. But the heels and the branding panel on the back here that you can probably see behind me, that little tab up the top there, which is kind of famous in Dunks because of the inability to fit the word Nike into that small panel. But for some reason, I just really liked it that this was in the elephant print too, and they hadn't gone with the jade blue, for example, which is on the swoosh, or the black, or even the white of the toe box. It could have been a nice balance with the white of the toe box and the white on the back. But I actually like what they've done here and gone with the elephant print, so that's a big yes for me. Now, speaking of jade, we'd better have a look at the lateral side of the shoe, because one of the major features on it is that jade swoosh on the side, and then zoomed in on it, you see it's actually in patent leather. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of patent leather. I don't really like shiny on my shoes. I have a pair of Huarache sent to me from Belgium, thank you very much, that I've started wearing just de-iced in the last week actually, and they have a big splash of pink on the back, even though they're an earth tone shoe, and it really, like, it adds a little bit of oomph on the shoe, but I kind of like a little detail like that. But when you come with patent leather, it seems, I don't know, it's too big, or it's too much, or it's too shiny, so it's not my favorite thing. Sorry, Jordan 11 heads out there, it's just not me. You might have a difference of opinion. Feel free to tell me it in the comments down below. I like people to engage me in conversation, even if it's a difference of opinion. But that patent leather jade swoosh on the side is a massive signature feature. And again, going back to those Air Max 1s, you can see the echo of that shoe in this shoe, so it's very nice, very cool. Now the last thing that I want to do is I want to zoom in on the tongues, which are all black, and even the branding panel up there is black as well. But then you've got the jade with the Nike swoosh SB Dunk Low Pro running across the top of the tongues there. So Dunk Low Pro means that we're into more padding around the ankles that hopefully is showing up on here, a slightly larger tongue to give you a bit more stability and solidity, and then down below in the midsole a bit more. I think I'm right in saying Zoom Air on the inside of Dunk Low Pros to give you that really comfortable ride. So all in all, you're getting a lot in this shoe, and it's a very fine shoe. And speaking of very fine shoes and how to make this even finer, here's a shot of the shoes with the replacement laces in there, and I think those grey laces are going to work. Sometimes replacement laces don't work. The one that you see in the promotional materials is cool, and then the replacement laces, you're like, nah, that's never going to work. But these light grey laces, I'm not going to say light grey, I'll just say grey. They're not dark grey or light grey. Let's just go with straight up grey. Is going to work really well up against those elephant print materials. So either way, I think you could lace these with either of these. Even with jade, it would work too. So the only thing that might not work is white, because the only area of white in the shoe really is on that toe box. But the grey replacement laces, and if there's jade ones too, will work on this shoe. And I think that's just about everything I wanted to sort of get into on these guys today. Hopefully I've shown you enough pictures of this shoe that you haven't seen yet. Now maybe I'm wrong, maybe you have seen the pictures, or between me shooting this video and actually you guys looking at it, these pictures have become widely available. But there'll probably be better pictures coming. Like I said, this is a November, I think 11th shoe, and I'm shooting this video on October the 25th. No, it's not the 25th, it is 24th. So we're about 2.5 weeks ahead of the drop of the shoe. So there's every chance that more photos have gone out there, better photos, official images and stuff like that. But hopefully I'm giving you an early look because I'm here in Japan and giving you that inside track on this shoe. Okay, it's time to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out the content. I've got to go and edit this in iMovie, not my favourite thing to do. If you saw a video recently of me crapping my pants when my little girl appeared out of nowhere, maybe you've been watching this watching this video, hoping she'll do the same, but she hasn't. She's having her afternoon nap, 7 p.m. at night, so early evening nap, and she hasn't disturbed us. I'm going to try and shoot one more video, so I'm going to get off and do that. But you know, thanks for checking out the content. Truly appreciate it. Happy to still be churning out the daily content as we move into the 3rd year of the channel. And fingers crossed we can keep going and we'll get over this little technical glitch and back to the highest level content possible for you guys out there. For now though, time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out the content, and remind you that I do this every single day, and that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.